Did you know? It's possible to fracture a rib from a very forceful sneeze. When you sneeze, your body creates a sudden and intense burst of pressure in your chest. This explosion of power is usually harmless, but in rare cases it can stress a rib enough to cause a fracture. Now, if you've got conditions like osteoporosis, osteopenia, or even cancer that has spread to the bones, your rib cage is more like a stack of biscuits, a bit more fragile. And it's not just sneezing. Prolonged or violent coughing can also lead to rib fractures, especially if your bones are already on the weaker side. But don't worry. For most people with healthy bones, your ribs can take a sneeze without cracking. Usually, rib fractures come from direct trauma, think car accidents, falls, or getting tackled in sports. So next time you feel a sneeze coming on, just let it out and breathe easy. Did you know? Farm-raised salmon is naturally grayish-white. Wild salmon get their vibrant pink hue from munching on krill and shrimp, rich in astaxanthin, a fancy name for a natural pigment. But farm-raised salmon? Well, they start off a bit grayish-white, not quite the Instagram-worthy fish we're used to. So how do farmers get that perfect pink? They add astaxanthin to the salmon's feed. This can come from algae, yeast, or be synthetically made. And voila, pink salmon, just as nature and marketing intended. But it's not just about looks. Astaxanthin is an antioxidant, giving our fishy friends a health boost. So next time you see color added on the package, you'll know it's all part of the plan. And remember, while wild salmon flaunt a variety of hues, our farmed buddies sport a uniform pink thanks to their diet. So, whether wild or farmed, enjoy your pink salmon with a side of science. Did you know? Alcohol can interfere with the hormone system. It disrupts the endocrine system, messing with glands like the pituitary, thyroid, and adrenal. And that's just the beginning. Take cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronic drinking can spike those levels, leading to anxiety, sleep issues, and even weight gain. Not a great trade-off for a night out. Men, listen up. Heavy drinking can tank your testosterone, leading to lower libido and even, performance issues. And ladies, it's not any better. Increased estrogen from alcohol can mess with your cycle and up the risk of certain cancers. And don't get me started on insulin. Alcohol can first drop your blood sugar, then push you towards diabetes in the long run. So next time you raise a glass, remember, your hormones might be raising the alarm. Did you know? Kotex was first manufactured as bandages during World War I. During World War I, Kimberly-Clark developed cellucotton, a super absorbent material for bandages. But when the war ended, they had loads of this stuff lying around. Enter the ingenious nurses who found cellucotton perfect for menstrual hygiene. Kimberly-Clark caught wind of this and decided to innovate. And voila, in 1920, Kotex was born. Despite societal taboos and marketing challenges, Kotex persevered. With clever advertising and discreet store displays, they broke barriers and revolutionized period care. Today, Kotex stands as a testament to innovation and women's empowerment. Who knew something meant for war could bring such peace? Did you know? Male giant schnauzers can weigh up to 100 pounds. That's like having a furry, four-legged bodyguard. Typically they weigh between 75 to 95 pounds, standing tall at 25.5 to 27.5 inches. And remember, these gentle giants take around 2 years to reach their full size. So if you're ready for some giant cuddles, a giant schnauzer might just be your new best friend. Did you know? Mr. Potato Head was featured in the first TV commercial advertising a toy. On April 30th, 1952, the first ever TV commercial aimed at kids aired, featuring our Spud-tacular friend. This clever strategy, pure genius. It got kids begging their parents to buy Mr. Potato Head, say hello to the nag factor. And guess what? It worked like a charm. Over 1 million kits sold in the first year alone. Talk about mashed potatoes. And here's a fun fact. The original kit, no potato included. Yep, kids used real potatoes until 1964 when the plastic Spud body was introduced. Roaming vegetables? Not so appealing. Mr. Potato Head didn't just sell toys, he revolutionized advertising. Kids became a key market demographic, and toy commercials, they got a whole lot more creative. So next time you see a toy ad, tip your hat to Mr. Potato Head. He paved the way. Did you know? Potato became the first vegetable to be grown in space. In October 1995, NASA and the University of Wisconsin-Madison teamed up for an out-of-this-world experiment. The mission? Grow potatoes in space. Why potatoes, you ask? Well, these humble tubers are not just tasty, they're tough and packed with nutrients, making them perfect for space travel. Aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia, in the Microgravity Astroculture Laboratory, scientists created special technology to help these spuds sprout in microgravity. And guess what? It worked. Potatoes successfully grew in zero gravity, proving that even in space, you can still enjoy some good old mash. This experiment was a huge leap for future space colonies, aiming to feed astronauts on long-duration missions. Imagine one day, astronauts might be harvesting potatoes on Mars, all thanks to this pioneering project. Did you know? Tea bags were created by accident. Around 1908, Thomas Sullivan, a New York tea importer, sent loose-leaf tea in small silk bags as samples. He meant for customers to empty the tea leaves, but guess what? They found it easier to dunk the whole bag in hot water. Less mess, more tea genius, right? Sullivan got rave reviews and requests for more of these handy bags. Soon he switched to gauze, then paper, and voila, the tea bag was born. But wait, there's more. Back in 1901, Roberta Lawson and Mary McLaren from Milwaukee had already patented a tea leaf holder. Their innovation didn't take off though. Sullivan's accidental success stole the spotlight. From hand-sewn silk to the first tea bag machine in 1929, and even pyramid-shaped bags in the 90s, the humble tea bag evolved to become the staple it is today. Did you know? Fig are actually inverted flowers, and it's called a syconium. Inside this fleshy structure you'll find hundreds of tiny flowers hidden away. Now you might wonder, how on earth do these flowers get pollinated? Enter the fig wasp, nature's tiny pollination superhero. Female fig wasps squeeze through a small opening called the ostiole, bringing pollen along for the ride. Inside she lays her eggs, pollinating the flowers in the process. Male wasps hatch first, dig escape tunnels for the females, and then, well, they meet their fate. The winged female wasps, newly fertilized, fly off to find another fig, continuing this incredible cycle. So, next time you bite into a fig, remember, you're enjoying a botanical wonder. And don't worry, most figs you eat are parthenocarpic, meaning there's no need for wasps at all. Did you know? There are roughly 1,800 to 2,000 thunderstorms in progress over the Earth's atmosphere at any given time. That's 16 million thunderstorms every year. And here's the kicker. Every second, there are about 100 lightning strikes somewhere on Earth. That's 8 million zaps a day. But don't worry, not all thunderstorms are created equal. Most of them are small, just 15 miles wide and last only about 30 minutes. However, only about 10% of them reach severe levels, packing winds over 58 miles per hour, hail bigger than 3/4 inch, or even tornadoes. Thunderstorms love the tropics, where warm land heats up more than the ocean. And while they bring much-needed rain, they can also cause flash floods, lightning strikes, and even tornadoes. So next time you hear that rumble, just think, it's part of nature's grand dance in the sky. Did you know? In 2024, Turks and Caicos has the highest homicide rate per capita in the Caribbean and Latin America. Registered a jaw-dropping homicide rate of 103.1 per 100,000 people. What's behind this spike in violence? The islands serve as a transit point for sophisticated networks smuggling firearms and narcotics. Around 180 small, loosely organized gangs are battling it out for control over the lucrative drug and arms trade. Human smuggling also plays a significant role, while illegal firearms, often from the US, add fuel to the fire. The island's geography complicates security efforts and forensic investigations. But here's a key point. This violence is largely gang-related and doesn't typically target tourists. However, public areas aren't entirely immune to robberies. So while the rest of the Caribbean saw rising crime, the Turks and Caicos Islands stand out with the highest homicide rate. Did you know? ZIP in zip code means Zoning Improvement Plan. The USPS introduced this nifty system in 1963 to make mail delivery faster and more efficient. The first digit of a zip code identifies one of 10 big groups of states. The next two digits, they point to a big city post office or a sectional center facility. The last two digits, they get really specific down to individual post offices. But wait, there's more. In 1983, Zip plus 4 was born, adding 4 extra digits for even more precise delivery. Think of it as the GPS of mail down to your doorstep. And let's not forget Mr. Zip, the cartoon hero who taught folks all about zip codes. Besides mail, businesses use zip codes for targeted marketing and demographic analysis. Did you know? A day on Venus is longer than its year. Venus spins so slowly on its axis that one single day takes about 243 Earth days. That's the longest day of any planet in our solar system. But wait, it gets weirder. Venus orbits the Sun in just 224.7 Earth days. So, yep, a day on Venus is longer than its year. Now here's the kicker. Venus rotates in the opposite direction to most planets. Imagine the sun rising in the west and setting in the east. Because of this, a solar day, the time it takes for the sun to rise, set and rise again, is only 117 Earth days. Why the slow spin? Scientists think it might be due to a colossal collision or the thick atmosphere slowing it down. Either way, Venus is the ultimate time bender in our cosmic neighborhood. Did you know? Turtles' gender is determined by the temperature of the sand. It's called temperature-dependent sex determination, or TSD. For most turtle species, here's the scoop: warm sand, more females; cool sand, more males. There's even a quirky saying for it: hot gals, cool dudes. Now here's the catch: climate change is heating up those nesting beaches. Research shows some areas now have over 99% female hatchlings. That's a lot of lady turtles and not enough dudes. Why is this a problem? Fewer males means fewer chances for fertilization, risking population declines and less genetic diversity. So next time you're enjoying the beach, remember, those turtles might be hatching a gender surprise right under your feet. Like and subscribe for more fun facts.